Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. In our last episode, we came down here and started talking about the refinery, what the plans could be for it. And since the last episode, as you can see, well, you can see if I didn't put my interface up there, you can see that I tore everything up. All the plastic and rubber are here in boxes. This is a miscellaneous box of things like pipes and motors and copper and stuff that I deconstructed. We might actually be running low on rods. That could become a problem soon. But I also put a second box in for the coke so that it would drain this one out so we could build here. So I've come up with a plan. And that plan will allow us to build, hopefully, everything that we need to make everything that the refinery area is going to need. So I have a nice large area here that's been planned out. I obviously expanded the concrete a little bit. I also brought in 2 additional pipes of water. So we now have 6 pipes coming in. I shifted what was going to the upper base to the upper pipes so that we could peel the bottom ones off first. Down here into the refinery. Since the top ones, since they all needed pumps to get them up to that highest point to there, I figured I might as well just continue them on and continue them up to the top instead of trying to spaghetti these in or whatever. So I also took the oil that was coming from over here, ran it into a pipe that elevated up a little bit higher here, right up underneath the water. And I also took out the pipe that was bringing the oil in from out there because we're not going to need it anymore. You only need 150 crude oil. And with the 3 we have right here, let me see what their rarity, what their purity is without going over there. Impure, and normal. So that means we're actually getting way more than we need from those 3. So we could see about doing something else with them if we'd like, or just disconnecting some of them, because right now we're getting 2 of them are 60 and one of them is 120 because an oil extractor is the equivalent of a Mark II miner. So a normal node is 120, and then the impures are 60. So we are actually getting 240, which is 90 more than we need. So we can do some deconstruction later on those if we want to, or not. I'm not that bothered by it. I'll probably take one of them out unless I put some sort of a power generation over there to use that other 90, which we could do. But I'm planning on probably building some fuel generators out there by the ocean, and those 4 that we had already hooked up out there, connecting them up to a fuel generator plant. So we'll do that at some point as well in the near future. But we need to get started on this. So my plan is to make rubber and plastic in 2 rows here, 1 each per row. Process the crude oil into heavy oil here. Process the package the water rather here. Make the diluted packaged fuel here. Make the unpackage the fuel to make the liquid fuel here. Put it on a pipe. Run it along. I think it'll be 2 below the water here, I think, or maybe it'll be on the same pipe as the crude. Maybe the same level as the crude, since the crude is stopping right around there. Anyway, run it across there, and then bring it in here to use for the plastic and the rubber. And then over here on this side, 2 refineries making polyester fabric, 1 refinery making petroleum coke. Those 2 products, as well as the plastic and the rubber, and some of the packaged fuel that's being made here-ish, will all get shipped down a bus line that's going to run either here or here over toward the main part of the base, and then those 4 items will go up in some manner the way that their existing items are over there, up into the base and connect to the bus. Okay, so with that, and then there's going to be empty canisters getting made down there in the end with a priority merger, like we demonstrated a couple episodes ago upstairs. See if it works as well as I hope. And we'll feed a little bit of that plastic from over here back down this bus here into that. But we're only going to need 7.5 per minute, so it's not much. It'll be backed up most of the time. Alright, so I think we should just start building. These two foundations here are our bus and path, kind of a shared between the two. I'm not that worried about doing that. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, there was an update today. Today is Wednesday as I record this, so you're not going to see this until Friday. But I've changed my hotbars around. So there are now 10 hotbars available. Hotbar 1, as you can see, is belt-related stuff. The first 3 being Mark 1 belts, the stackable poles, and the Mark 1 lifts, and then the splitters and the mergers, and the Mark 2 belts, Mark 3 belts, and the regular poles if I happen to ever need them. I'm not expecting to. Hotbar 2 is power. So I have the electrical wire as well as the 3 power poles. So I can easily toggle between those. Hotbar 3 is pipes. So we have pipes, stackable poles, junction crosses, pumps, the stackable support, or the pipeline supports, and then the water extractors I went ahead and put here as well. Number 4 is the 8x2 foundations. 8x8x2, whatever, foundations. So we have the regular foundation, a ramp, we have the corner ramp, the down corner ramp, the double ramp up like we used for the rails, the inverted ramp, if I can get it visible, well, you know what it is. The up corner inverted, and then I have the glass foundation here, which is actually only 1 meter, but the glass is only one size, so one size fits all, it goes here. I did not set up a hotbar for the 8x4s or the 8x1s, other than obviously the glass there. Hotbar 5 is all of our manufacturing machines. So we start out with the 3 solid manufacturing machines in 3 sizes, and then the 2 smelting type machines here, and then the refinery, which is kind of also a smelting type machine. And then we have the 3 miners, and finally the oil extractor. That's why the water extractor, part of the reason why the water extractor is with the pipes, because I didn't have room here for it, and it kind of fits there. The oil extractor kind of does too, but it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen the other. And then number 6 is Mark 4 with the stackable pole and the lift, and the Mark 5 belts. And then I don't think I did use 7. 7 is all organizational stuff. So we have the walkway straight, the walkway ramp, the walkway turn, the walkway T, the walkway crossing, the fence, the lookout tower, the personal storage box, the storage container, and the fluid buffer. I didn't do the industrial storage container or the industrial fluid buffer. I figured those could wait, or those I may never use those, and if I did, I'm not worried about it. Or I could move the storage stuff off to another tab. Tab 8 is hyper tubes and the jump pads and jelly pad things. So we have the regular hyper tubes, of course, and then the stackables, and then the entrances, the supports, and then the 2 jump pads and the jelly pad. And then finally, number 9, finally number 9 is rails related stuff. So the railway itself, the station, the freight platform, the fluid freight, the empty platform, the electric locomotive, and the freight car. Is there a fluid freight car? Did I not see the fluid freight car? Or is that just the freight car with a fluid tank on it instead of a box car? Must be. I never thought about that. Alright, so, yeah, so that's what I have organized. I don't know if I like it or not, but I did. The other thing that's changed is they added a new skin for the stackable belt pulls, as well as the ones that mount onto the sides and such, but not the stackable pipe pulls. So they're still the old skin, and the poles themselves, the belt poles are the new skin, and the hypertubes didn't have the new skin either. They're still on the old skin as well. They're still the orange. And what else was in this update? That might have been it. There's also some visual bugs. I've noticed, depending on where I am, if I walk away, these will sometimes give a little weird effect. You can kind of see it a little bit on the crude over there. They're giving a little bit of weird bleed effect of the orange. You can see it a little bit coming in through the colorization of the fluid, but I'm assuming that's just a mesh issue, and they'll fix that in an update somewhere. Alright, so I think that's the changes, and I think it's time to build. So let's go to our building tab, and let's go to a refinery. So remember, these two here are going to be the walkway. I think actually what I will do in addition to that is I'll leave an extra space here, perhaps, for additional something in case it's needed. Not sure that's going to be needed, but in case it's needed. Maybe we'll need to put, buffer tanks in someplace, or we'll need to put, I don't know. Okay, you need to stop walking where I'm working. Go ahead, take your time. Thank you. Okay. I can't remember if it's this one or this one, so we're going to test it. Because we actually have extra space going that direction to some extent. And we have some extra, we can make extra, or can we make extra? No, you know what? I'm not going to do the extra space here because we're bumping up against it here a little bit. So I think what I'm actually going to do is not leave the extra space, and if I need to put a tank in, I'll just have to fit it where it goes. It doesn't have to be in line. That's not how this game's tanks work really anyway. So it'll be fine. So the only problem that I have with the way that this works, this being the hotbars, is that they're only accessible via the arrow keys right now. And I know they said in the release notes that they would be changing that. But I should probably do a merger. But I still I hope they do, because I don't like it. A lot of other games just use like Control or Shift plus the number row to pick, and I think that's a much better option. Okay, that one is correct. Look at that. And then the splitter goes over here. Of course, depending on if the product itself needs a splitter, but I think it goes there. I think it's centered and centered. Yes, it is. All right. So I'm going to leave a couple of those there just for markers, but we're just going to build these out. So this is heavy oil, which is processing the crude into heavy oil. So this needs to be heavy oil residue, 5 of these, 5 even. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I do have some extra space here. I will probably widen this one more, I think, maybe. That was 6. I can't count, apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that was I was afraid of, and I figured it out. Okay, I have room for 6, and then at least one width here of the and I probably will do a double width walkway / bus here. You know what? Actually, let's just go ahead and put it in, just so that we have the space. Because I will probably end up. Actually, I know I'm going to bus some items down this way, so I wanted to have the space for a bus and a walkway. Alright, so we'll do that. So this will bring in the crude from the back here and output the, what's it called? The alternate, or the heavy oil residue here on the front side. So let's see, alternate recipe, heavy oil residue. And I can't find it. There it is. And of course, this also outputs the polymer resin, which is going to go over there to make the polyester. So this is the merger here. And actually, let's come down here to this end again. And we switch sides here. And then I need to make sure that I find this thing in the right spot. It is slightly to the front of the middle marker. It'll be right there. That should be correct. Yep, that is correct. And then, of course, we would have the space for a splitter or the pipes or whatever it is over here. And I'm just going to put it right here in the center of the block. It doesn't really matter. It's only there for spacing. And then, as you can see, here is a 2 foundation wide walkway as well, because that's going to eventually go away. So we have 2 foundations worth here of a walkway. So that was kind of my idea, is to have 2 foundations width of walkway / busway. So we need packaging the water. We need 6 total refineries, 5.75 functionally, but 6 physically, obviously. Because you can't build 3/4 of a refinery. 2, 3, 4. I keep forgetting to press control. 5. Wait, that's 6. I don't know why I keep starting from 0 when I'm counting. But so this is packaged water. Or starting over at 1 when I'm putting the second one down. Yes. Which takes in empty canisters, which we'll deal with soon, as well as the water. And so the water will come off of these 2 pipes here. So we'll have to run 2 pipes down here as well as the empty canisters. So we'll figure out how to do all the logistics part in a little while. I want to lay out as many of these refineries as we can. So the next thing is the diluted packaged fuel. And that will take from the water, the packaged water itself, coming out here in the middle, as well as the, what's it called? The heavy oil residue coming out of these, which I'm planning on running this way onto that end walkway, busway, and then on the other side of this walkway / busway, having those refineries set up. So this would be the splitter site here. And then this would be, see, to the front of the center point. And then, yes, that is correct. Okay, so this one is going to be the diluted packaged fuel, which is this. That takes in that residue and the packaged water and makes diluted packaged fuel. Okay, so we need 5.75 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Look, I started counting from 2 that time. So really I should put this power pole here to kind of match my, and this is where I run into issues, because it's not on my first quick bar anymore. To kind of match my other layouts of the power up going down the center of the bus / walkway. And yeah, so that'll be that. And then we'll also have here a, actually there won't be much of a splitter here. Well, actually there will. There'll be 1. And that's where the 0.75 comes in. Because what's going to happen here, it's not going to be a merger, it's just going to be a splitter, because we have the next thing, which is unpackaged fuel, and we need 5.5 of these, and I'm out of motors. So I need to come over here. How much space do I have left in my inventory? Let's risk it. Fire in the hole. Aha. Plenty of room. Okay. I'm not going to have enough motors for all of this, but we'll at least get this half of the thing done, and then we can move on with it. and do the rest of it next time probably. So this one will go here, and we need 5.5 of these. So my plan is to divide 5.5 by 6, which puts us at 90-something%, whatever the math is there, for all of them, except for this one here. This one's going to get the extra quarter, and that extra quarter is going to output enough, if my math is correct. I'm going to double check that math. That extra quarter is going to be enough to output the packaged fuel for the bus that we need, that'll go upstairs to the mall. There's going to be a lot of belt storage on that, but I don't care. Okay, so then we need 5.5 of these. And they're going in this way because... Oops, that's not right. Not right at all. They're going this way. Why is the control key not working? There it is. Okay. Because I can direct insert them all. Like, I can take... let's see. Diluted packaged fuel. Outputting 60... well, it's not going to be 60. It's going to be 50-something. It's going to be 55, actually. Because it's 5.5 out of 6. Outputting 55 diluted packaged fuel per minute. It's going to come in here. It's going to make unpackaged fuel. Is at the top? Unpackaged fuel, which takes in the 55 because these are clocked down, and outputs 60 fuel. So you have 55 fluid and 55 containers, and then the so that's a great direct insert opportunity there. So I might as well use it. And then here we'll have another line with a merger here, of course, in this block. And then that'll come up, go on to the bus, and get sent. Well, this will be fuel, so this will be liquid, but you get the idea. Right? Unpackaged fuel. Well, actually, there'll be two outputs here. So the fluid will go up and get sent out onto the bus, whichever line it is that it needs to be on, and then the empty containers will come over here, and they'll go through a priority merger along with the results of a constructor making... Now, this isn't its permanent place, but just to find... No, it's got to go here, actually. Just to find a place for it, making the plastic container thingies, empty canisters. And these empty canisters from here will go into the merger on the lower input side, and they'll go in when they're needed. Hopefully, it'll work, and they'll make up for the little bit that's being taken out here to go onto up into the mall for my use. So that's the idea, anyway. Hopefully, it works out well. If not, we'll have to figure something else out. But I'm not fretting about it. So, because worst case, I can dump the extra containers into a shredder, and who cares? So, I also probably will should put a second row of foundation here, and this has the added benefit of being able to... Might have missed one. I ran out. Okay, well, we will work on that later. This is in this pole, then would need to move here, technically. I can continue this foundation once I destroy these things with the chainsaw around and meet around to the other side, which would be just a nice connectability of the whole thing down here. So I'll grab some more concrete before the next episode and do that quickly. But I wanted to talk and show it to you guys as I was kind of doing it here. Is this empty yet? Almost. So that's this side, and that takes care of almost everything. What it doesn't take care of is the, I think it should go, oh shoot, which way should it go? So, it doesn't take care of the two refineries making polyester fabric, which is actually 1 1/4 refineries making polyester fabric. It's going to take in the polymer resin and some water. And then, so the polymer resin, I probably will take, I could bring it this way. Let's see, if the fuel's going to go here, the polymer resin could go here, but the empty canisters also need to go someplace. I'm kind of almost out of space here. Oh, I could actually make the canisters work on the same the same level as the water, because the water is going to go in here, which means it's going to have to split off. Oh, geez, I'm on the wrong. Way wrong. Way wrong. It's going to have to split off somewhere in this vicinity. This water pipes might be 3. I don't know how I don't remember these numbers. But one is going to have to split off here or here. And the other one's going to have to split off for sure here. I'm out of concrete. So, they could actually share the same level, I think. Actually, one of these is going to have to split off sooner. No. I'll have to figure it out. We might be able to make it work. All right, I mean, didn't hold it long enough. Maybe it'll make it work. Or we'll be able to make it work some way or other. I mean, worst case, I could take it all the way up there. Or I could do a second bus, I suppose, but I'd rather have it all in one bus if I can. So that's where I am there. So let's build. Well, polymer resin is a belt. So those things are going to come out. So what I could do is, along with the heavy oil residue and the packaged water, the polymer resin could go that way. Could follow along that bus down there, follow along with these guys here, and come across and end up here. The problem is they have to cross this. That's not promising. But I need to bring the heavy oil residue over here anyway, so that could be okay. So maybe I will have to do the double bus here, or I'll have to go way up because I need to get a fluid across here, and the fluid's going to have to go at least on the 3rd level. So if it's water, crude / fuel, and then the 3rd level would be where the heavy oil residue crosses. And I don't really want to use the bottom 2 if I don't have to. So if I can't get the polymer resin, the empty containers, and something else. What else was there? No, one of these waters needs to come down here further for the fabric. Well, that should be fine anyway. So the empty canisters, the polymer resin, and something else. What else was coming up here? That might have been it. I might be able to make this all work. If not, I can go up there with the solid stuff. That's fine. They can go way up there and then come all the way back down. It's not a big deal. It's the fluids that cause a problem if they go up and down too much. So let's build. Since these are going to come across here, let's build these 2, or these 3 rather, actually backward. Let's see. They're going to go here. And should be there. And then, of course, we'll have a splitter in this here. Is there enough room here? Did I leave myself enough room? That's backwards. You're going to go there. And then here. And then, no, I did not make enough. Is this going to be a problem? Let's see. These are all outputting solids. I need to borrow some concrete here. Oh, I didn't want to delete that one over there, but that's okay. We need to have this here. Okay, you are really making me mad now. Okay. Please move. I'm gonna hit you with the sword. I warned you. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to let it make do. I was hoping to take the stuff that way out. The other option is to not make the petroleum coke here, to make it somewhere else. It could even be made. I mean, I don't like that idea. So I may figure out somewhere else to make it so that I don't have such crowding here. I could even make it here. And then move this somewhere else. Even be down there somewhere. Or something. Or even just here. That might be the better option. But then if I do that, then I think I want the polymer resin and the petroleum coke to come onto this bus. Or the polymer resin and the whatever it's called, the fluid, I keep forgetting the name. The heavy oil residue to come onto this bus and then actually come here, where they could be split off into both sides. No, because this only needs the polymer resin and water. This is fabric. Polyester fabric. So that could just come across, and then the heavy oil residue could come and make the coke down here. It could even come down to this one and then be put in here and then come out on the same line. That would be okay. And then actually they'll come out on the same line and they'll go this way and onto the bus. That's okay. Let's do that. And we'll get rid of you then. And we can do this one. This will be... I need to get on the other side so that I can see what I'm doing. The line up here. Right there, I think. And that puts us right there. This will be our walkway, and then maybe down there or something, I'll make the empty containers. Because they're going to come off of this. So maybe over there. Yeah, maybe down here on this side would be best. And then they can just go up onto the bus, probably up there, and come down and use it all over again. Because we need to have enough space to do that merger as well. So I can take this thing out here again. And then we'll bring everything around through here. We'll just make it fit around this rock. I think that's okay. And then, yeah, because if we did like, hey, look, I can use these things. If we did like this, let's see. If it went there, 1, 2, and then it goes here. Oops. Look at that, it fits. I count that as fitting. Now, higher ones might not fit as well, but we'll count it as fitting. Oops, I deleted too much, but I'll just replace it. Okay, so I'll go get some concrete. I will also make sure I have enough materials to make another, let's see, 11 refineries over here, which is probably going to be mostly the, yeah, motors and pipes. And I'll get some copper sheets, too, because we're going to still need some pipes, lots of pipes. And we will pick this up in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.